Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the AGV Sport Verex Jacket available at RevZilla.com. So for those of you out there looking for a 2-season hot weather mesh option from AGV Sport, the Verex is going to get you covered moving into the new year. It's a new offering from AGV Sport around the $165 price point. It's a little bit more touring oriented than something we've seen from the Laguna. If you want to bump up to something a little bit more aggressive with some hard shoulder arm, a little bit more sport inspired, that's where the Laguna will get to you. But for those of you out there just looking for a regular touring mesh jacket, the Verex is going to be your option from AGV Sport. Now, there's going to be a removable waterproof liner with this, a Reissa waterproof liner that also has a wind blocking layer, so you can push it a little bit more into the cooler months of the year, maybe those late summer nights where it gets a little bit cooler. You can go ahead and throw that full liner in there, or if you get caught in a rainstorm, that will keep you dry as well. From a sizing standpoint, Mr. McHugh on my left-hand side stands at 6 foot, weighs in at 225 pounds, has a 46-inch chest. You need to pay attention to this. According to AGV Sports size chart, Mr. McHugh should be a size 3XL. We have him in a size large. It fits him spot on. So you want to size down 3 sizes from what the size chart recommends. This is going to be a very generous cut to this, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you're looking at what the size chart says and then sizing down 3 times. From a color standpoint, there are 4 colors available. We have Pat wearing the all black option. Now, this is going to be that 2-season hot weather offering. The main construction on this is really where you're getting all that airflow. You have main mesh to the chassis, and it's going to be held together from a 600D polyester. You're looking at neoprene around the collar from a comfort standpoint. You do have Velcro closures at the collar as well. Very basic in its design. Pops of blacked out reflectivity working its way down the shoulders, across the top of the biceps. I like the fact they did blacked out reflective with this for the all black jacket. You do get a little bit of the contrast with the AGV Sport logo done in the white, but I like the fact that they didn't use the silver piping for the high vis. As you work your way down, one of the things you'll note is you're going to have a massive amount of that mesh working down the inner arm. You do have a bicep adjuster at the bicep. The one thing that's a bit overkill is you will notice that there's actually a vent about 3 inches long to vent additional air. You won't even notice that because you've got this giant mesh panel running down the inner arm, just letting all that air flow through. So a bit redundant with that. For the closure on this, expansion gusset and then just a simple Velcro closure. There is going to be this micro fleece, microfiber at the very bottom of the cuff. Very comfortable against the skin, but very simple closure design from that. AGV Sport is going to be silk screened on. There's no stitching with this. Again, you're looking around the $165 price point. When you get up into more expensive jackets from AGV Sport, this would actually be sewn on, but for this particular piece, it's just going to be the AGV Sport logo silk screened right onto the forearm. Working your way down the chest, very clean lines, massive amount of mesh, and then you are going to have dual hand-warmer pockets on either side, and just that asymmetrical look with that AGV Sport logo over the left-hand side of the shoulder, not on the right-hand side. Sir, you may face sideways for me. Throw the hand in the rider position. You do have that CE-rated armor, CE armor in the elbows as well as the shoulders on this. And then from an adjustment standpoint, very minimal, but you will get a Velcro waist adjuster that you can use to cinch this down and fine-tune exactly how it fits along your waist. You can go ahead and face backwards for me, Pat. Asymmetry carries through to the back. You do have that AGV Sport logo over the left-hand side, the same way we saw it over the left-hand side in the front. And then that pops of reflectivity. That reflective is going to work its way down across the shoulder blades and then across the bottom of the back as well. Note with this, the pad that's in here is just that, is a back pad. It is not a back protector. We recommend that you go ahead and you pull that out and you want to replace it with a full-on back protector. Any Knox TP2 style back protector will fit right in there. And then you're going to see, got to give you a little bit more of a drop seat to the bottom. So if you want coverage where the pants end and the jacket begins, you do have a little bit more of a drop seat with the Verex. Sir, you may face forward. I'm going to have you go ahead and on-Velcro, unzip for me. Working your way down the inside of this, one of the things you will note is that you do have that waterproof Reissa liner that is removable. Note with that, it does have knit at the collar for that, and it does have knit at the cuffs. So while it does give you that little bit of a kind of a refined look if you want to wear that as just your standalone piece, the one thing to note there is that knit is just going to do everything to soak up the water, and then you're going to have a nice soggy collar sitting right against your neck. So while you could use this as a standalone piece sitting around the campsite, just keep in mind that collar might be a little bit moisture absorbent. And Then when you take a look at the inside, you are going to have a cell phone pocket over on the right-hand side, and again, that full mesh liner. So if you are using this with just a t-shirt on underneath and not utilizing that waterproof membrane, you will have a very comfortable fit against your skin while promoting a massive amount of airflow. Mr. McHugh, you may zip up the jacket. So for those of you out there looking for a 2-season hot weather option, a little bit more touring inspired than something like the Laguna Vented, this is going to be the option for you to consider with an AGV Sports line. Now, there's a lot of riders out there utilizing AGV Sport, and if you want to hear more about what they have to say, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting the Verex through its paces. If you want to reach out to one of our gear geeks because you're kind of hung up on which jacket is right for you, your riding style, your motorcycle, you can always give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the AGV Sport Verex Jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.